Hello students, this is SK Singh. Today we are going to discuss limits. So let's start. Limits. The question is limit x tends to 0 cos ax minus cos bx divided by cos cx minus cos dx. If we put x is equal to 0 here, then we will get cos 0 minus cos 0 divided by cos 0 minus cos 0. That is 0, 1 minus 1 divided by 1 minus 1, 0 by 0. So 0 by 0 is the indeterminate form. So we will solve this by using some important formula, some useful formula of trigonometrical formula, and eliminate 0 by 0 form. We know that the formula cos c minus cos d is equal to minus 2 sine c plus d by 2 into sine c minus d by 2. So use this formula here. Limit x tends to 0 minus 2 sine ax plus bx by 2 into sine ax minus bx by 2 divided by minus 2 sine cx plus dx by 2 into sine cx minus dx by 2. Minus 2 cancel out. And we know that the formula limit x tends to 0 sin x by x is equal to 1. So reduce this expression in that form. Limit x tends to 0, we can write here sin a plus b into x by 2 divided by a plus b into x by 2. So multiplied by also a plus b into x by 2. Similarly, sin a minus bx by 2 divided by a minus bx by 2 and multiplied by a minus b x by 2 whole divided by sin c plus d x by 2 divided by c plus d x by 2 multiplied by c plus d x by 2 into sin c minus d x by 2 divided by c minus d x by 2 multiplied by c minus d x by 2. This is of the form limit theta tends to 0 sin theta by theta, and we know that limit theta tends to 0 sin theta by theta is equal to 1. So we can write here 1. So this is equal to 1. X by 2 cancel out. X by 2 cancel out. So here is a plus b into a minus b divided by c plus d into c minus d. A plus b into a minus b is equal to a squared minus b squared divided by c plus d into c minus d is equal to c squared minus d squared. So this is the required answer of this limit. Let's take another question. The question is here, limit x tends to 0, 1 minus cos 2x divided by tan squared x. This is also of the form 0 by 0, because if we put x is equal to 0 here, then 1 minus cos 0, 1 minus cos 0, 1, 1 minus 1, 0 divided by tan 0, 0. So meaningless form, indeterminate form is 0 by 0. Here we can apply 1 minus cos 2 theta formula. 1 minus cos 2 theta is equal to 2 sin square theta. So we can apply here limit x tends to 0, 2 sin square x divided by tan square x. This can also be written as limit x tends to 0, 2 sin square x divided by sin square x divided by cos square x, because we know that sin square x by cos square x tan square x, but sin square x by sin square x cancel out, and 2 cos square 0, 2 into cos 0 1, that is 2 answer. Let's take another question. Limit x tends to 0, limit x tends to 0, cosec x minus cot x. Limit x tends to 0, cosec x minus cot x. If we put here cos x is equal to 0, then cosec x, cosec 0 infinity minus cot 0 also infinity. So this is of the form infinity minus infinity. So simplify this. Limit x tends to 0, cosec x can be written as 1 by sin x, and cot x can be written as cos x by sin x. Now take LCM. Limit x tends to 0, 1 minus cos x divided by sin x. 1 minus cos x divided by sin x. We can multiply and divide here by 1 plus cos x. So multiplying 1 plus cos x and dividing by 1 plus cos x. Limit x tends to 0. In the numerator, 1 minus a minus b into a plus b form. So 1 minus cos square x divided by sin x into 1 plus cos x. And we know that 1 minus cos square theta is equal to sin square theta. So sin square x divided by sin x into 1 plus cos x. Sin x by sin x cancel out. Limit x tends to 0, sin x by 1 plus cos x. Now substitute limit. Put x is equal to 0 here. So sin 0 divided by 1 plus cos 0. Sin 0, 0 by 1 plus 1, that is 0. So 0 is the required answer of this limit. Let's take another question. The question is, limit x tends to 0, tan 2x minus sin 2x divided by x cube. This is of the form, meaningless form, indeterminate form is 0 by 0. If we put here x is equal to 0, then tan 0, 0 minus sin 0, 0 divided by 0 means 0 by 0 meaningless form. Now take tan x common from the numerator. Limit x tends to 0, not tan x, tan 2x. So tan 2x into 1 minus sin 2x by tan 2x divided by x cube. Sin 2x by tan 2x is equal to sin 2x by sin 2x divided by cos 2x, means cos 2x. So this becomes cos 2x. Limit x tends to 0, tan 2x into 1 minus cos 2x divided by x cube, and 1 minus cos 2x is equal to 2 sin squared x. 1 minus cos 2 theta is equal to 2 sin squared theta is the formula. So we can use here limit x tends to 0 tan 2x into sin square x divided by x cube. Limit x tends to 0 tan 2x by 2x multiplied by 2x into sin x by x whole square multiplied by x square divided by x into x square. We can write here in place of x cube x into x square. So x cancel out, x square cancel out. And we know that the formula limit theta tends to 0 sin theta by theta is equal to 1 and limit theta tends to 0 tan theta by theta also 1. So we can use here these two formula. 1 into 2 into 1 means 2. So 2 is the required answer of this limit. Okay, let's take another question. Here is the question. Limit x tends to 0, 8 by x raised 8 into 1 minus cos x square by 2 minus cos x square by 4 plus cos x square by 2 into cos x square by 4. If we put here x is equal to 0, 8 by 0 into 1 minus cos 0 1, 1 minus 1 0, minus 1 plus 1 also 0, so 0 by 0 is the meaningless form. Indeterminate form is 0 by 0. We will solve this by using factorization method. So first of all, factorize this expression. Limit x tends to 0, 8 by x raised 8 into 1 minus cos x square by 2. Take minus cos x square by 4 from these two terms. So minus cos x square by 4 into 1 minus cos x square by 2. Here is nothing but 1 in product. So we can take 1 minus cos x square by 2 from these two expressions, these two terms. So limit x tends to 0, 8 upon x raised 8 into 1 minus cos x square by 2 multiplied by 1 minus cos x square by 4. We know that 1 minus cos theta 2 sin squared theta by 2, since 1 minus cos theta is equal to 2 sin squared theta by 2. Use this formula here. Limit x tends to 0, 8 upon x raised 8 into 2 sin square x square by 2 means x square by 4 into 2 sin square x square by 8. 2 means 30. 2 by x raised 8 into sin x square by 4 divided by x square by 4 whole square multiplied by x raised 4 by 16. Multiply and divide by x square by 4. X raised 4 by 16 into sin x square by 8 divided by x square by 8 whole square into x raised 4 by 64. X raised 4, x raised 8 cancel out, x raised 4 quotient, x raised 4 cancel, means 32 into 1 into 1 upon 16 into 1 into 1 upon 64. 232. So 1 upon 32 is the required answer. This is the very important question. Let's take another question. The question is limit h tends to 0, a plus h whole square sine a plus h minus a square sine a divided by h. If we put here h is equal to 0 in this expression, then a squared, then it becomes a squared sine a minus a squared sine a, that is 0 by 0. So indeterminate form is 0 by 0. Okay. Now expand this, a plus h whole square. So a plus h whole square will be a square plus 2ah plus h square into sine a plus h minus a square sine a whole divided by h. Now limit h tends to 0. This expression we can open the bracket and we can write here a square sine a plus h plus, take h common from these two terms, and h into 2a plus h sine a plus h minus a square sine a divided by h. From first and last term we can take common a square. So take common a square from first and last term. Then it becomes a square into sine a plus h minus sine a plus h 2a plus h sine a plus h divided by h. From the properties of limit, we can split this limit into two limits. So we can write here limit h tends to 0, a square sine a plus h minus sine a divided by h plus limit h tends to 0, h into 2a plus h sine a plus h by h. H cancel out in the second limits, and we can use here the formula sin c minus sin d. Sin c minus sin d is equal to sin c minus sin d is equal to 2 cos c plus d by 2 into sin c minus d by 2. Limit h tends to 0, a square into 2 cos a plus h plus a by 2 into sine a plus h minus a by 2 divided by h. Plus a minus a cancel out, plus we can put here h is equal to 0 because this does not give indeterminate form. So we can put here h is equal to 0 in the second limit. So 2a plus 0 into sine a plus 0. This is equal to limit h tends to 0, a square into 2 cos 2a plus h by 2 into sine h by 2 by h by 2 multiplied by h by 2 plus 2 whole divided by h plus 2a sin a. H cancel out, 2 cancel out. This becomes a squared into cos 2a plus 0 divided by 2 into 1, because we know that sin theta by theta is equal to 1 plus 2a sin a. So this becomes a squared cos a plus 2a sin a. This is the required answer of this limit. Okay, let's take another question. The question is limit x tends to 0 sin 3x plus 7x divided by 4x plus sin 2x. If we put x is equal to 0, then we will get 0 by 0 form. So meaningless form is 0 by 0. This is the very simple question. Divide numerator and denominator to reduce this into sin theta by theta form. Divide numerator and denominator by x. So this becomes sin 3x by 3x into 3 plus 7 divided by 4 plus sin 2x by 2x multiplied by 2. And we know that sin theta by theta is equal to 1. Limit theta tends to 0. Sin theta by theta is equal to 1. So this becomes 1 into 3 plus 7 divided by 4 plus 1 into 2. That is 3 plus 7 by 4 plus 2. 10 by 6, that is 5 by 3. Let's take another question. The question is limit x tends to 0 root over 1 plus sin x minus root over 1 minus sin x divided by x. If we put x is equal to 0, then sin 0, 0, 1 minus 1 divided by 0, that is 0 by 0. So indeterminate form is 0 by 0. In such type of question, first of all, we should rationalize the numerator. So rationalize the numerator and then solve it. Root over 1 plus sin x minus root over 1 minus sin x multiplied by root over 1 plus sin x plus root over 1 minus sin x whole divided by x into under root 1 plus sin x plus root 1 minus sin x. In the numerator, the form is a minus b into a plus b. And we know that a minus b into a plus b is a square minus b square. So numerator becomes limit x tends to 0, 1 plus sin x minus 1 minus sin x divided by x into root over 1 plus sin x plus root over 1 minus sin x. Limit x tends to 0, 1 plus sin x minus 1 minus minus plus sin x divided by x into root over 1 plus sin x plus root over 1 minus sin x. Plus 1 minus 1 cancel out in the numerator and sin x plus sin x 2 sin x. So numerator becomes limit x tends to 0, 2 sin x divided by x into root over 1 plus sine x plus root over 1 minus sine x. In the numerator sine x, so we can divide sine x by x and multiply by x. X cancel out and this becomes 2 into 1 by root over 1 plus sine 0 plus root over 1 minus sine 0. Sine 0 is equal to 0, so 2 by 1 plus 1, that is 2 by 2, which is equal to 1. So 1 is the required answer. Let's take another example. The question is limit x tends to pi by 2 minus x into tan x. If we put here x is equal to pi by 2, then we will get pi by 2 minus pi by 2 0 into tan pi by 2 infinity. So meaningless indeterminate form is 0 into infinity. Here is x tends to pi by 2. X tends to pi by 2 means x is not equal to pi by 2. X approaching pi by 2 either from left or from right. So we can put here x is equal to pi by 2 plus h or pi by 2 minus h to solve this question. So put x is equal to pi by 2 minus h. When x tends to pi by 2, when x approaches pi by 2, h approaches to 0. So limit becomes limit h tends to 0, pi by 2 minus pi by 2 minus h into tan of pi by 2 minus h. Limit h tends to 0, pi by 2 minus pi by 2 minus plus h and tan pi by 2 minus theta cot theta. So cot h. Pi by 2 minus pi by 2 cancel out. Limit h tends to 0, h into cot h can be written as 1 by tan h. So 1 by tan h is equal to limit h tends to 0, h by tan h, which is equal to 1. So 1 is the required answer. Let's take one more example. Okay. The question is limit x tends to pi by 4, 1 minus tan x divided by pi by 4 minus x. If we put here pi by 4, x is equal to pi by 4, then we know that tan pi by 4 1. So in the numerator 1 minus 1 0 divided by pi by 4 minus pi by 4 0. So the indeterminate form is 0 by 0. Here limit x tends to pi by 4. It means x either less than pi by 4 or greater than pi by 4. So we can put here x is equal to pi by 4 plus h or pi by 4 minus h. So put x is equal to pi by 4 minus h. When x approaches to pi by 4, h approaches to 0. So limit h tends to 0, 1 minus tan pi by 4 minus h divided by pi by 4 minus pi by 4 minus h. So limit h tends to 0, 1 minus. And we know that one formula, another formula, tan a minus b. Tan a minus tan b divided by 1 plus tan a into tan b. This is very important formula. Tan a minus tan a minus b is equal to tan a minus tan b divided by 1 plus tan a into tan b. we can use here this formula. So tan pi by 4 minus h becomes tan pi by 4 minus tan h divided by 1 plus tan pi by 4 into tan h whole divided by pi by 4 minus pi by 4 minus into minus plus h plus pi by 4 minus pi by 4 cancel out. So we can write here limit h tends to 0 1 minus tan pi by 4 1 minus tan h divided by 1 plus tan h whole divided by h. This can also be written as limit h tends to 0, take LCM. So 1 plus tan h minus 1 minus tan h divided by h into 1 plus tan h. This can also be written as limit, open the bracket, limit h tends to 0, 1 plus tan h minus 1 minus minus plus tan h divided by h into 1 plus tan h. Plus 1 minus 1 cancel out. So in the numerator, limit h tends to 0, numerator becomes 2 tan h. We can divide it by h and multiply it by h. Divided by h into 1 plus tan h. H cancel out and we know that the formula limit theta tends to 0, tan theta by theta is equal to 1. So we can write here 1 in place of tan h by h and divided by 1 plus tan 0. And we know that tan 0, 0, so 1, 2 by 1 plus 0, that is 2. So 2 is the required answer. So that's all for today. See you in the next class. Thank you.